Doc Favors here, and I'm going to talk to you all today about something that is very serious and dear to my heart, and it's going to be about the importance of positive thinking. Now, if you're new to the channel, you know that I believe in creating or strengthening your mindset so that you can create a life of freedom, and we do that now through mindset and business coaching. But every time or at the end of every transmission, if you've been paying attention, I always say, be positive on purpose and not by accident. Now, it's important to understand that that is a mindset, guys, but when you get into it and really break it down, that mindset comes to us from a quote. And I'm going to read this, one of the quotes by Bob Proctor. He used to say this all the time, you all, God rest his soul. He says, the only limits in our life are those we impose on ourselves. Now, I want you to stop a moment and think about that. There are limits that are self-imposed. How many of you all have ever been told that you couldn't achieve this, or you didn't have the right DNA, or, I don't see that on your life, right? Am I the only one? Can't be. But then on the flip side of that, you all, how many of us have ever given up too soon, too fast, when you were right at the end and you could taste victory, but you just gave in and gave up? I've been there too, okay? But how many of you all know that those principles come from when you were a child? Every time you heard the words, I can't, or stop, no, don't, you can't, you won't. That's not, our family don't do that. That's not how we do things. Guys, every time you've heard that, thousands, hundreds of thousands of times throughout your life, that recorded something in what we call muscle memory in terms of your mindset. And so then when you get to a point where you're getting ready to, go after a big goal, or, want to really just do something great and phenomenal, you have that small little voice that tells you you can't, that tells you, well, I don't know why you're wasting your time. No one is going to buy that book. No one is going to hire you for your services. No one is going to pay that amount. And it plagues you, and it comes back up from your subconscious mind. Now, we call that in my world your paradigm, right? Because we understand that the way you think dictates the way you believe, and the way you believe causes a vibration in you that gives you a feeling, and that turns into action. And ultimately, that's how you get your results. But if we were just to put it in plain English, if I were to put it in plain English, in fact, it would simply say this, you all: it is a self-imposed limit. So today I want to share with you a few ways how to break those limits off yourself. Number one is you got to get back in touch with your purpose. What is your purpose? What are you doing? Why are you doing what you do? What is the expected outcome? All right. Then once you get in touch with that purpose, you all, it then turns into a passion. And so, as you all know, I'm excited and I'm passionate about helping people solve their big problems. So, for example, if I were to be your coach for the next 15 to 20 seconds, the first thing that will come out my mouth is this: what is it that you really want? What is it that you really want? What drives you? What wakes you up in the morning and gives you all that energy and just says, you know what, I'm going to do it or die trying? What is it that you really want? And then the second thing I'm going to ask you is, or I would ask you is, what is the biggest obstacle? What's the biggest thing that's stopping you from getting what you want? And then you go on and say it might be money, it might be, circumstances, conditions, or, not enough, or whatever it may be. And then as a coach, I would tell you something like this. Now, what would you do, or what would you say if I told you that I have a program in 4 basic moves, or a program in 6 months or 24 weeks that could literally knock down that big obstacle and move all the other stuff out your way? Well, 9 times out of 10, if you're anything like my other coaching clients, you would take that. You would say, you know what, that's valuable, that's priceless. And it doesn't matter how much it costs. See, cost goes away when you are operating in purpose and passion, okay? All you got to do is the third P. So the first P is purpose, the second P is passion, and the third P, you all, is persistence. See, when you develop a mindset and a discipline that you're going to be persistent in your goal achievements, whatever you set your mind to, people, let me tell you something. That's when the real you stands up. I remember, I'm from Detroit, so I remember Eminem made the song with the real Eminem, Please Stand Up. That's what I'm trying to really tell you today. So that if you stop imposing self-limits on yourself, then the real you can stand up, the real you can flourish, because the real you understands purpose, the real you understands passion, the real you understands that if you are persistent in going after your purpose and passions, you can achieve greatness like never before. Then a miracle happens. Everything around you, in your circle, in your close-knit friends and your relationships, they begin to notice that there's a difference in your behavior. And you all know that once other people can see a difference, that's when it happens, because they now want to know, what is it that you're doing? What did you do that's changing your behavior? See, people, your behavior is directly connected with your results. So if your behavioral pattern is changing, then your paradigm has changed, then guess what? Your results are changing. And that's when you get to invite people into your world, into whatever it is that you do, whether you're a coach, a mentor, a teacher, whatever products you're selling, business, entrepreneurship. That's when people really want to know, okay, I've seen enough. I've seen the writing on the wall. I've seen you transform from this person to that person. Matter of fact, I can hear even your language is different. Your conversation has changed. What are you doing? And then that's when you get to say, let me share something with you, something that I learned. Okay. So with that being said, guys, today, once again, I wanted to talk to you about these 3 Ps. I wanted to talk to you about purpose, passion, and persistence. But most importantly, I wanted to talk to you about those self-imposed limitations. Once again, the quote is this: the only limits in our life are those we impose on ourselves. That's what Bob says. Coach Favor says, Doc Fave says, take the limits off and realize that the sky is the limit. And if the sky is the limit, then there are no limits. So stop self-imposing limitations. You all reach for the stars, reach for the sky, and understand that you can do exactly what you were made to do. You can create everything you want to create. You can be who you're called to be with no equivocations and no setbacks, okay? So with that being said, you all, hey, if this video or this content landed with you, if you resonated with you, do your boy a favor. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and please share the broadcast. Oh, I forgot to tell you all, I forgot to celebrate it. We cracked the 3,000 subscriber mode, so let's give it up for all the new subscribers. We appreciate you all, man. We thank you all, man. It's just an amazing piece to see what we're doing in this community, and I thank you all for it. So as always, you all, once again now, let me just give you this little piece. We're going to be sharing some pertinent information of the launch that we're getting ready for in October. So you definitely want to hit the link below to go join the private Facebook group, because we're going to be launching it over there first, guys. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be great. And I'll give you all a little hint. What I'm getting ready to launch is something that's going to change your life. And it's going to change your life because it's going to be too easy. I'm talking about 4 moves. What if I told you that we could help you change your life in 4 moves? I'm telling you, stay tuned. And we're going to set you up to have a phenomenal 2024. Me and my team, we're already brainstorming about 2024 and how we can help many more people. So we'll see you next time. Peace.